And the counter petition supporters have done their research.
They have a point though, because it takes a matter of seconds to turn this into this, but a matter of hours to clean it up.
Their second argument is that it would take resources from other parts of UTA. I'm standing outside the MAC basketball court where the moving Mavs just hosted a friendly tournament with a surprising opponent. You may notice these guys are not disabled. Rather, they are cyclists from Push America, a non-profit organization that promotes empathy, not sympathy.
Comic book hero films are off the charts popular. In my opinion, the difficulty, the questions that 9/11 brought up were not safe on our own land. People can come and knock down buildings that never seemed like they should have ever gone down.
With a different band playing every Friday. That was last week's band, Svenny Baby.
We host a what we call Texas Autocross Weekend in the summers. We have something like 12 other universities, 30 of these cars, and you can see how we stack up against some of the best cars in the country. So just being around and watching what we do is something that should be of interest to all students on campus.
Last week we brought you a story about how some students created a petition to bring football back to UTA. But on the other side of the ball, other students created a counter petition to keep football away from UTA. So this is the new petition's creator, Skylar Vasquez.
I read about the petition for football, and I immediately got concerned.
So she made the counter petition and gathered roughly 40 signatures in a week. While the original petition has almost 1,600 more signatures, it also had a month-long head start. But what the counter petitioners lack in numbers, they make up for in passion. Their first argument is that the current athletics doesn't get enough support as is.
I don't really think bringing football onto campus would be a good idea, considering we can't even fill out College Park Center for the sports we already have in place.
I've heard basketball players complain about there being no crowd there.
Their second argument is that it would take resources from other parts of UTA.
I'm worried that if we had a football team back then when they were recruiting a lot of those professors, I don't know if we would have gotten lower quality professors because they were allocating more funds to the football program.
And the counter petition supporters have done their research.
And so I actually went in and looked at schools that have a football program, and their tuition for out-of-state and international students is much higher than UTA.
According to some figures from an article on ethosreview.org, from 2010 and 2011 school year, only 22 of the top 120 university football teams actually broke even or made money.
Well, the battle lines have been drawn. Now it's your turn to make your opinion known. For UTA News, I'm Joshua Pearson. Have you seen the squirrels on campus? No, not those. I'm talking about the ones painted on walls and doors all over campus. You might have even walked by them on your way to class. Well, despite being graffiti, some students have no problem with them.
There's nothing wrong with them, per se.
So you don't feel that they're degrading to the campus at all?
No, if anything, they're adding to it. Something to make the university unique and draw attention to it.
However, opponents still consider them vandalism.
There's a time and place for everything. So, I mean, you can have a wall dedicated to graffiti and that'll be great, but if it's all over the campus, it's kind of degrading.
We're all adults, then we should act like adults. And to me, that's very childish what you're doing. I just think it's just inappropriate.
He shouldn't have done what he did, I guess, if he knew that graffiti is illegal, so.
But what makes squirrel graffiti so illegal?
Does it do harm to others? In other words, does it inconvenience others? Does it cost money to get it cleaned up? And if the answer to any of that is yes, then yes, it would still bother me even if I wasn't a cop and wasn't out there enforcing the law. Because if it happened to me personally, if someone came and spray painted my garage door at my home, for example, because they wanted to self-express, and they painted a squirrel in my garage, that's an inconvenience to me. It's going to cost me money to get it cleaned up.
They have a point though, because it takes a matter of seconds to turn this into this, but a matter of hours to clean it up.
Post 9/11, America went through many changes. The Patriot Act was signed a month afterwards, the Department of Homeland Security was formed over a year later, and since 2001, our defense budget has more than doubled, reaching a peak in 2010 and 2011. But how has 9/11 affected other areas of American life, like our entertainment industry? Take this scene from Fight Club, which was released 2 years before 9/11.
Did you know if you mixed equal parts of gasoline and frozen orange juice concentrate, you can make napalm?
No, I did not know that. Is that true?
That's right. One can make all kinds of explosives using simple household items.
A conversation like this would make every other traveler nervous and would earn Brad Pitt's character, Tyler Durden, a spot on TSA's no-fly list. Let's not even start on how insensitive the ending scene would be. Dr. Julian Greer from UTA's Theater Arts Department agrees that not only has the media content changed, but the media we seek has also transformed.
What films are popular right now? Comic book hero films are off the charts popular. In my opinion, the difficulty, the questions that 9/11 brought up, we're not safe on our own land. People can come and knock down buildings that never seem like they should have ever gone down. Those make a yearning in us to have entertainment that is simple. Entertainment where you don't have to think too much. You just have that good guy and that bad guy.
In essence, we are seeking feel-good movies that are easy to understand.
We should do this again sometime.
For UTA News, I'm Joshua Pearson.